Hi, my name's Chris Young. I'm from New Zealand, so quite a long way from most of the guys who are working, quite a long way away from most of the guys working on this in the States. I'm going to do what everyone else seems to have done so far, and that's just fire up the Siemens motor with the Azodynamics DMOC 645. So I'm using a light bulb as a pre-charge, and I've got 27 ampere SLAs in series, which it's not quite charged properly, but they're at 264 volts there. So I'm running it just through hyperterminal at the moment, and using the Arduino Duo with a dual CAN bus shield. I've managed to get the regen going without these batteries must have a pretty high internal resistance, because they've got to watch the voltage doesn't get too high on the regen. So I'll just fire the thing up. So there it goes away now. Spinning away. Some funny resonance happens at a couple of points, so I haven't quite determined why that is, but it could well be that the pump, or the area where the water cools the motor is echoing a lot, possibly out the ports of the back of the motor. Just the inverter noise perhaps, I'm not too sure, but that's the theory I've got at the moment. So it's happily running away at 256 volts, and I'll just run it up a bit. Motor's not clamped down or anything, so I haven't taken it above 6,000 RPM. Now I'll just show you the regen working. There it goes there, up to around about 300 volts. Just watching I don't get that voltage up too much for the sealed lead acids. If I got above sort of 330, 340, I'd start to get a bit worried that they might do something bad. But no, they seem to be going okay. So it's all pretty cool. So that's the motor and the inverter. Over here is the Arduino Duo that I've set up, and a kind of dodgy looking cable. And there's my amp seal connector. And the cable going from the motor to the inverter, and this is going to be a this is going to set the pre-charge up, this little board here that I've made, so that will control the pre-charge, so that it'll automatically switch over from pre-charge to and fire the main contactor once the pre-charge is got within 0.5% of the final voltage. So that's a bit of work. It's a fully isolated board, so it should keep the 12 volt main system voltage in the car isolated from the high voltage pack. So those are the my pre-charge light bulb there as well. So I'm using that for the pre-charge at the moment. It's going to be replaced with a suitable wattage resistor when I start off. But the light bulb, actually heard on the forums that light bulbs work quite well, and yeah, they do. Just the right temperature coefficient and wattage to charge it quite well, to charge the main capacitors in the inverter. this is all going to go into my across the other side of the garage, my BMW 328. I pulled the motor out and sold the motor for more than I bought the car for, so I was pretty happy about that. So that's the motor, and the transmission's come out. It was an automatic transmission, so that's been removed. I've got to put a manual in there. I have contemplated direct drive, and it just about could do it, that motor, I think, but probably a little bit too heavy, the car. Sort of calculated I might get from 0 to 100 in about 11-12 seconds if I direct drive, but won't be too good on the hills. So being Wellington, New Zealand, it's a bit of a hilly place, so thinking direct drive would be a mistake. But that's the engine bay. So far I've acquired the motor and the inverter, and I've got one of these little pumps from the Azure Dynamics liquidation, and a vacuum pump. I've tried that vacuum pump out. It does work, so it gives a good amount of vacuum to use for your brake booster, and brakes work properly with it, but it's a bloody noisy thing, and it's a high wattage. I think it uses 100 watts, so that's a little bit annoying. Okay, and I've also got a charger on the way, charger and a heater. So we're sort of getting there. We just need a power steering pump and a few other small items, and we'll be there. Oh, and the batteries, which are a big item, but we'll get there in the end. Okay, that's the first of a series of videos that I'll be doing, so that's my progress at the moment. Okay.